Look how sad they are. All right, first move with 3 paddocks. Sarah ran a piece of fence out here. We're gonna run a second piece of fence next to it. So we're calling these hallway bubbles. We'll run the sheep in there. We'll close it off on this end over here, right here. And once that's closed off with the sheep in it, we'll close it off on that end over there. We can take this fence, 2 pieces. And can we move them over there? That's turkey. That's turkey. That's in my backyard. Horrible life. Anyway, we'll set these 2 pieces up back over here. Then we'll run the sheep into the end of the bubble and cut them loose into the new paddock. Then we'll take this one and we'll do the same thing. We're just going to run it here. Right? So we're taking 2 paddocks and moving them. That's why this is going to be so long. That's how we're doing it. It seems to be working. It's either that, or if we took this one and we flopped them like this, then we'd have to free run the sheep all the way out to this next one. And Rocky over there is not the greatest in the world at that, so he's still kind of wild, sadly. Digby do it, and the commercials would do it, no problem. Wouldn't you, Clo? You big fatty? You're not fat anymore, girl. But, yeah, the commercials would do it. The Katahdin's a Go Squad over there. They'd be rough. So we're just gonna use these 2 pieces of fence. So this one right here, what we'll do is the opening's over there, right? So we'll run 2 pieces over into this spot, just like she ran those over there, and then we'll just move them that way. Seems to work. Kind of. It's a work in progress. Diggers, those aren't your sheep. Your sheep are over here. No, you can't have those. You're not registered. Sorry, bud. If you were, we'd be real happy, but you're not. Now you can kind of see what we're doing. I got the paddock set up here. I got the commercial girls and Digby over here. Right, so we got the fence set up. We skipped a spot, plus the old spot for the commercials, right, that were right there. We ran this fence out right here. We'll run another piece next to it and make a little bubble over here. Run them into this fresh paddock through that fence right there. So we're just using that as a chute. So we're calling it a tunnel bubble or a chute bubble, but we just bring them down the chute. We block them off there. We put the feeder in there and they just go right to it. When then we circle them off, we build the paddock around it. We'll build the paddock around it. Take the fence out, let them go. They're contained. So we're using the fence as a chute is essentially what we're doing. And then we're skipping areas so that we can keep them on fresh. So if we just took that one over there and moved it 1 over, then we'd have to take the back one and move it 2 over into a third portion and then run the sheep around the edge, that's crazy talk. So this seems to be working. It's not the easiest, but it's working. All right, well, there it is. So we ran them off. We had 2 pieces. We ran them off in a tight tunnel. And then we put this out in a big circle. Once we had them over here on the feeder, we pull that side and we wrap it around. And they're in a tiny little bubble. All the little KKs. So now we can pull this, put it away. We can pull that fence over there. We can move everything over to this spot right here. Yeah. Move it over to this spot right here. Set up a second paddock. Then we have to move the boys with the dogs. And we'll be done. All right, so we're setting up to move the boys. You can see I got 2 pieces of fence here. This is chicken fence with, I think it's 12 feet per pole. This shit's awful. Premier One, if you're watching this, do not fucking make this fence anymore. It's garbage. Look at this shit. There's no way that anybody would ever want to use a fence that looks like that. That's just bad. It's just bad. Bad. So we're gonna run them down. I gotta fix that little tight spot. We'll run them down here, run them through the fence into this bubble right here. You can see we're paralleling that fence right there, so there'll be another fence over here for another paddock. So when they're down here, we'll put the feeder in here, shoot them in, then we'll pull this fence and close it off, and then wrap it around in a bubble, and then pull this garbage here. God, it's so bad. It's awful. If there was, so the one that, the Plus, the Premier Plus, and this has a post every, instead of half, it's got like another post right here, and it's okay. See, look, if you put a post here, it's fine. As soon as you don't have a post there, this stuff is just garbage. I don't even know why they fucking make that. What are you doing? What are you doing? How did you get out? You goober. There it is, the colossal new shelters. So that's the one we finished today. What is the dimensions on that? 8 by 10? 6 by 10?
8 by 10, I think.
It's 8 by 10 feet. We put the braces on the sides to help with the panels. And then this 16-foot cattle panel across the top, and that's a gigantuous tarp. I think it's a 16 by 12 tarp. It's an old one we had, so we just threw it on there. That's the old shelter right there. You can see that metal Chinese piece of shit that has actually hurt me more times than I want to think about. So it's going. That one we've had for a long time. That's an old metal frame we put on some 4x4s and 2x4s. It works pretty well. We need to do a little bit of repair with it, but it's pretty good. And then we've got this one over here. So we've got a whole bunch of different types that we've played with. What, Chloe? What? Hi, how you doing? Hi, Nutters. Sissy. Digby. What's up, Diggers? Hi, Nova. So the commercials have got this one, which is 8 by 10. And then it's cattle panels with no side reinforcement. And they're clawed in. They've used these little claw thingies to hold them in place. I don't know if I can get there close enough or not. Let's see. Can I get there? Maybe? Yeah, there we go. See them bad boys? So that's what we used across the bottom on all of them. They just screw into the wood. They work pretty well. It's got some tires on the back so we can pull them around. What are you doing? Ow! What are you doing, buddy? The fence is on. I just touched the fence. Ow! What you doing, bud? Yeah, so we know Digby's been doing his job over here. We got pictures. So we're hoping Rocky's doing his job over here. I think he is. He's been doing some guttural tones. The K Toddens. They got the old shelter. So we'll see. Fucking people. Hi, Freckles. trying to get them used to cookies, so they'll come up and they'll eat them out. And then once they'll eat them out of your hand, you can acclimatize them to being handled way better. Which I know some people say don't do that, but we do. Hi, girl. How you doing? Hi. And we do that because it makes them easier to deal with and move. So.
You guys need doused again.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, they have trampled this down already.
Yeah, we're going to have to, I don't know, either tomorrow or Monday. Probably Monday. They're pounding it pretty hard.
Well, this is their third time through, so.
Yeah, I know. Well, there's still plenty to eat in here. It's just not, we've got all of that over there for them to eat. So it's just kind of lazy not to move them. It's just so much work. Isn't that right, Freckles? Hi, how you doing? Hi. Oh, what are you doing? Hi. Huh?
She stretches so pretty.
Yeah, she does. She's a good looking animal. So Freckles was the second largest of the females mathematically. She was expected to be really big, and so she and her sister, the two that we kept, her sister is right there, Snowdrop, and then we kept Creme Brulee. Those are the three that we kept, and then the biggest one we actually sold. So, yeah.
Freckles was the biggest one.
No, I think she was the second. I'll have to go back and look. It was her and then that other one, 003, I think, that we sold.
I think 003 was
Yeah.
second place.
Either way, they were really close. They were both really big girls. Anyway, so we're doing, playing with shelters. It's good times. Sarah loves it. I find it laborious. She's coming into estrus for sure.